Today is a very auspicious day, most auspicious day, appearance day of Sri Advaita Acharya. Just now, before recording started, we sang this song by Lochandas Thakur, Jai Jai Advaita Acharya Doyamoy. I will read translation. All glories to the greatly merciful Advaita Acharya. It was due to his loud roar that Sri Gaura descended. He is the giver of Prema, the Lord of Sita Devi, and an ocean of compassion. Due to his nectarian love, the hero of Braja came again, that is Krishna. To whomever he wants to mercifully bestow his grace, that person sings the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, submerged in Prema Ras. He who takes shelter of his lotus feet attains the supreme wealth of Gaura Prema. Lochandas says, "Why have I not worshipped such a treasure house of mercy? Instead, I have struck my own head with a thunderbolt." That is a sign of humility. One who has actual contact with Advaita Acharya, he will feel like that. I did not worship him. This is my misfortune. And also Narottam Thakur, we are singing, Doya Koro Sita Pati Advaita Gosai, Tava Kripa Bole Pai Chaitanya Nitai. O Sitapati means husband of Sita Thakurani, Advaita Acharya, please be merciful to me. Doya Koro Sitapati Advaita Gosai. Tava Kripa Bole Pai, by the power of your mercy, we got Chaitanya Nitai in this world. Also, according to Diksha Guru Parampara, we are using this Bhagavad Parampara, our Guru Parampara. But if you see according to Pancharatrika Guru Parampara, how mantra came, we also belong to Advaita Parivar, to the family of Advaita. His son, he had 6 sons, 3 were proper devotees, 3 were deviants. So Achyutananda, Krishna Mishra and Gopal Mishra. This Krishna Mishra son, in his line, mantra came down through different gurus to Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. And from Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Prabhupada took mantra diksha. Of course, Prabhupada is eternal associate of Radha Krishna, but playing the pastime of accepting diksha to show conditioned souls that this is necessary. So according to that Guru Parampara, we belong to Advaita Acharya. There are lines going to Nityananda or Gadadhar or Sundarananda, Dhananjay, different associates of Mahaprabhu. So our Gurudev wrote a biography of Advaita Acharya. It is long, so main points I will try to remember. Advaita Acharya is combined manifestation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. And once Shiva, when he saw Krishna dancing with his cowherd boys, he also wanted to become cowherd boy. And he got that grace, he got that sarup, because whatever you desire, you will get it. What kind of service? So he also was dancing as a cowherd boy in Vrindavan, Shiva. So in one part he is a Shiva in Vrindavan, Gopeshwar Mahadev also as a Gopi guardian of Rasalila, and also as a cowherd, he is also dancing with Krishna. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami gave Tattva, Mahavishnu Jagat Karta Maya Yah Srijati Ada, Tasya Avatara Evayam Advaita Acharya Ishvara, Advaitam Harina Advaitat Acharjam Bhakti Shang Sanat, Bhakta Avatara Misham Tam Advaita Acharya Mashre. Mahavishnu is the master of the universe, which he creates through his power of Maya. Lord Advaita Acharya is the avatar of this form of the Supreme Lord. He is known as Advaita because he is none other than Hari, and as Acharya because he is the preceptor of devotion, means teacher of devotion. I take shelter of the Supreme Lord Advaita Acharya, who is the avatar of a devotee. When Mahaprabhu, that is Krishna himself, assumes like a form of a devotee, then his avatar is Advaita Acharya, because that verse is there, Pancha Tattva Atmakam Krishnam Bhakta Swarupakam. Pancha Tattva is composed of 5. Pancha Tattva Atmakam, which 5? The one Krishna, but in 5 manifestations. Panchatatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa. Bhakta Rupa, form of a devotee, is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakta Rupa. Then Bhakta Swarupa is his expansion, that is Nityananda Prabhu, first expansion. Then Bhakta Avatar is Advaita Acharya. Then Bhakta Kya, devotee, is Shrivas. And Bhakta Shakti, Shakti of Bhakta Mahaprabhu, is Gadadhar Pandit, Panchatattva. So you know, Krishna in Vrindavan is original personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, son of Nanda Maharaj. Then his first expansion is Baladev Prabhu. Then in their cowherd boys. But in Dwaraka, they become Kshatriyas, and they expand into 4 forms. Vasudev, that is Krishna, in opulence mood, Vasudev. Shankarshan is Balaram. Pradyumna, son of Krishna, and Aniruddha. He is son of Pradyumna, but all are Vishnu Tattva, all are Supreme Lord. Different Lila. This is first quadruple expansion, Chaturvyuha. Then next quadruple expansion is in Vaikuntha. There you will also find Vasudev as Narayan, Shankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha in Vaikuntha. Then from this Mahashankarshan in Vaikuntha, these 3 Purusha avatars, they come out. First is Mahavishnu, Karanadukashai Vishnu, who is lying on the ocean of causal ocean, Karanabdi means causal ocean. Mahavishnu, he exhales, then innumerable material universes come out from his pores, and then by his look he infuses conditioned jivas according to their karma into those universes, and he enters into that universe as Garbhodakashai Vishnu. In each universe he enters. Garbhodakashai Vishnu. From this Garbhodakashai Vishnu is Navel. Brahma comes on that lotus flower from Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Then that lotus stem, where Brahma is on top, That is 14 planetary systems of each universe. Brahma is topmost, Satyaluka. And then again, Vishnu expands into third avatar, that is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, who lies in the milk ocean, Kir. And he enters into every Jiva soul as Paramatma, and also in every atom. He is everywhere. That is Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. So Advaita Acharya is the avatar of this first Karanodakashayi Mahavishnu. He appeared, so he's Advaita because he's not different from Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is only one, but he has different pastimes. And he's Acharya because he's teacher. Teacher by example, what he's teaching? Devotion. He was also named as Kamalaksha, lotus-eyed, because he's Supreme Lord. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat has also described Advaita Acharya as both the foremost of the Vaishnavas and as Shiva. This is quote from there. Residing in Navadip is the foremost and the most fortunate of all Vaishnavas, Sri Advaita Acharya. He heads all spiritual masters in knowledge, devotion and renunciation. He especially teaches devotion to Krishna in the same way that Lord Shankar did at Shiva. So, Advaita Acharya accepted parents Kuver Pandit and Navadevi. They were Brahmins in the village of Navagram. And on today's day, Titi, lunar day, 7th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, he descended in this world. This Kuvera Pandit is actually avatar of Kuvera, that treasurer of demigods. He was devotee of Nrishinga, Kuver Pandit, and he knew nothing other than the lotus feet of Krishna, pure devotee, and also faithful wife. His devoted and faithful wife was named Navadevi. She is worshipable for the whole world, for she is the mother of Advaita Prabhu. So on today's day, he appeared, and when he appeared, in his ecstasy, Kuvera Pandit made gifts to the Brahmanas and the poor. He tiptoed to the room where the child was delivered, and his heart was filled with gladness upon seeing his son's face. All the villagers came running to his house and said to each other, "What pious works did this Brahmana do that in his old age he has been blessed with such a jewel of a son?" The gods rain down flowers without being seen. There is nothing with which this scene can compare. Ghanashyam sings of this great auspicious occasion when a joyous uproar rang around the earth. So there are many books describing the glories and pastimes of Advaita Acharya. And based on this, our Gurudev gives brief here. Advaita Acharya, after his father left this world, and mother also, then Advaita Acharya went to Gaya. That is that place where one can do Shraddh ceremony. It's very famous. So there he did Shraddh ceremony. Then he went on to visit also all other holy places of India. Then finally he came to Vrindavan, and there he was thinking about Krishna all the time. Then suddenly he realized that Krishna will soon appear in Navadip. Then immediately he went back to Shantipur. He had two houses, one in Shantipur, that is near Navadip, Another way is in Navadip itself, near Jagannath Mishra's house, little more north. First there is Shriva Sangan, if you go Parikrama, then next one is Advaita Acharya Bhavan. That house is also there. So while he, yes, here also it is mentioned, like every Vishnu, he also has three potencies, that is Shri, Bhu and Nila. So Shri potency is Sita Thakurani, his wife, who is avatar of Jogamaya from Vrindavan, and his second wife is named Shri, and she is her expansion. And then Lila and Nila, that is third potency, for pastimes or for dham, like this. So when Advaita Acharya was living in this world, he saw that people have become so sinful and only interested in sense enjoyment. No one is having any devotion to Krishna. Only you could hear some pious Brahmins, when they were doing some yagya or something, they would sometimes utter that Pundarikaksha, like this name, but otherwise no name. Only marriages and sense gratification, tantra, shakta, all these things were going on. So he was very pained in heart and full of compassion for those jivas. He knew that without devotion to Krishna, they are suffering in this world. So he was pained and he was very compassionate. So he started teaching Bhagavad Gita. He was topmost Brahmin, very learned scholar, Advaita Acharya. He had a reputation everywhere. He was teaching Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam daily, and explaining the point of all Shastra is devotion to Krishna. And when he was in Shantipur, when Madhavendra Puri, he was ordered by Gopal Diti to bring him sandalwood paste. So Madhavendra Puri went to Puri. On the way, he stopped in Shantipur, in Advaita Acharya's house. And when Advaita Acharya, he received him as a guest, and when he saw those transcendental ecstasies of prema in Madhavendra Puri, he became convinced that this is my guru, and he requested for initiation. Although Advaita Acharya is Supreme Lord, there is no need for him to take initiation, but he showed by example to teach conditioned souls that this is necessary, to accept bona fide guru and take initiation from him and follow his instructions. Then after that, Madhavendra Puri went on to Puri. And in that tree of devotion, which is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trunk. And then first two main branches are Advaita Acharya and Nityananda. Then other branches also growing. So before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world, first he sent those devotees who are playing the role of his superiors or elders, like Jagannath Mishra, Sachimata, Advaita Acharya, even Nityananda, Haridas, Murari Gupta. They are all senior to Mahaprabhu. So Advaita Acharya also appeared. And Advaita Acharya was seeing the situation. Then he felt it will not be possible to remedy this situation. It's very sad. So only if original Supreme Personality of Godhead, not his partial manifestation, but he himself full, if he comes, then only it is possible to remedy the sad situation of this world. And he saw that verse in one Shastra that Krishna is pleased if one offers him only water and tulsi. One verse is also in Gita, Patram Pushpam Palam Talam, but there is another one that Krishna is subdued by devotion. If someone offers him tulsi flower and water, Krishna is easily pleased. He only wants love, not opulent. That is not required. So then Advaita Acharya, he took Ganga water, pure water, transcendental water, and tulsi, and he was offering to Shalagram Bhagavan with great love, and he was roaring very loudly, calling. So compassionate. Loudly he was calling, "Oh Supreme Lord, you kindly please come. Kindly please come." Loudly he was calling and offering this. Then because of his calls, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, I was sleeping there in the milk ocean. I was sleeping, but because Advaita Acharya was roaring, shouting so loudly, he awoke me and I had to come. Then, when Mahaprabhu appeared, then first Sita Thakurani took permission from Advaita Acharya because they were friends with Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata. She came to see new child, but that time she did not know that he is Supreme Lord. But she came and blessed him and offered many articles and gave advice also to Sachi Mata how to take care of child. She was senior, more experienced, so she gave advice. Then, before Mahaprabhu, also Nityananda appeared. So then Sita Thakurani came back, and also Advaita Acharya, there near the house of Mahaprabhu, he made this school. In that Advaita Bhavan, he was teaching Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and to those classes, Mahaprabhu's elder brother, Vishwarup, was daily coming, hearing very attentively. He was not interested in anything else. He only was hearing Harikatha. Then he came for lunch and bathing in Ganga. Again he came there because there was assembly of Vaishnavas. He was not interested in anything. And sometimes in the morning when Advaita Acharya had to do puja inside the temple, then Vishwarup, Mahaprabhu's brother, he used to explain Shastra. And he always came to the conclusion that point of all Shastra is devotion to Krishna. So when Advaita Acharya heard from inside the temple doing puja, when he heard his explanation, he could not hold himself. He came out and embraced him in ecstasy. It is offense if you don't finish puja and you come out. But if the service of Vaishnava or Guru is there, then even this you can do. You can leave the puja of Supreme Lord and you can serve. So Advaita Acharya was so pleased with Vishwarup that he came out and embraced him and approved and praised him, served him. Of course, Vishwarup is also one expansion of Nityananda Prabhu, elder brother of Mahaprabhu. So then, in that place, Sachi Mata used to send Nimai, Mahaprabhu, to call Vishwarup for lunch. Mahaprabhu came there and all were attracted, seeing him. Advaita Acharya also, how beautiful boy, and transcendental ecstasy was there, but they could not recognize because of Joga Maya of Mahaprabhu. He did not reveal at that time. But they knew that he is not ordinary boy. Advaita Acharya also was attracted. Then, when the Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra, they made plans to marry Vishwarup. then immediately he left house, took sannyas. He thought this life is meant for the worship of Krishna. That is our only duty. That is not the point. Means that kind of marriage for these worldly things. Pure devotional marriage is another thing. But for like this dharma, artha, kama, moksha, he was not willing to enter into that. But he renounced and took sannyas, became Shankararanya, and went to preach in India devotion to Krishna. Then Sachi Mata and Mahaprabhu, Jagannath Mishra, they became afraid. Vishwarup is going to Advaita Acharya and he made him sannyasi. So now Nimai is also going there. We should stop his education, otherwise he will also leave. Then they stopped. But Mahaprabhu made some trick, and again he made himself like a fool. Then they gave again permission to study. Yes, and here it says, in those days Advaita Acharya was holding Bhagavata lectures and Kirtan at his house. Both is necessary, Kirtan and Bhagavata. And one time also Ishwar Puri, disciple of Madhavendra Puri and Guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also came to Navadip to visit, and he was staying in Advaita Acharya's house. And there Mahaprabhu also met him for the first time. Then later on in Gaya also. Then when Mahaprabhu went to Gaya and took Diksha from Ishwar Puri, then he was feeling those ecstatical symptoms of prema and separation, grief and crying. When he came back to Navadip, all devotees were amazed to see his devotional transformation, and they were very happy that he became devotee. Then Nityananda Prabhu also came after doing all pilgrimage all over India. He came to Navadip also and met Mahaprabhu, and there Mahaprabhu made a Vyasa Puja for Nityananda Prabhu. And there he said in that Vyasa Puja, it is due to Advaita Acharya that I have descended. For Nara, that is Advaita Acharya, roars rang in my ears. I was lying in the milk ocean, but Nara's roar woke me up and brought me down here. Then when that Vyasa Puja ended, then Mahaprabhu was in ecstasy, and he sent Ramai Pandit, brother of Srivas, to call Advaita Acharya from Shantipur. You tell him that the person whom he was calling is here. He should come and he should worship me. Then Ramai Pandit went to Advaita Acharya's house and he told, and Sita Thakurani and Advaita Acharya were very happy. They immediately came with all the articles for puja, but Advaita Acharya wanted to test first whether it is true or not. That is lila for our sake. So he hid himself in Nandanacharya Bhavan. Did not come immediately. Then Ramai Pandit said he did not come, he hid himself. We don't know where is he, Advaita Acharya. Then Mahaprabhu said, I know where is he. He's in Nandanacharya Bhavan. You go there and you tell him, I know. And he should come here and he should worship me. Then Ramai went there and Advaita Acharya was then convinced, yes, really he is omniscient. Then immediately he came and he fell flat to Mahaprabhu and he was worshipping him with 5 articles and using this mantra, Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. In ISKCON, there Swami Maharaj gave this mantra for offering. With this mantra, he knew Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, so he used this Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami told Mahaprabhu is Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya and Nityananda are Prabhus. They are both Vishnu Tattvas but dependent on Mahaprabhu. One is expansion, Nityananda is expansion, and Advaita Acharya is avatar. But all three are Vishnu Tattvas. So you can offer tulsi leaf to their lotus feet, all three. But you cannot offer tulsi leaf to the feet of Shrivas or Gadadhar because they are Shakti. You can put on top or in the hand. You cannot offer one devotee to another devotee forcefully. If that devotee himself goes, then that is okay. But we cannot do that. Offer tulsi. So up so that he will offer or in chest. And Advaita Acharya in Shantipur, near that place, Haridas Thakur was doing bhajan. And he would sometimes come to associate with Advaita Prabhu. It is not that he was always in solitary. No, he also was associating with devotees. So he was coming to Advaita Prabhu, also taking prasad there. And he came to, Advaita used to invite Haridas Thakur to come to his house in Shantipur to take prasad. Then Haridas Thakur was feeling uneasy. I am low, fallen soul, you should not do this. Then Advaita Acharya said, no, I am doing according to Shastra. If I feed a devotee like you, then it is the same as feeding millions of brahmanas. So you come, please take prasad in my house. I'm inviting. And also when Advaita Acharya, that yearly Shraddha ceremony, the household Brahmins, they will do that puja and offer bhog to Vishnu, and then that prasad will be offered to that father or mother, and that main plate which was directly offered to Vishnu or Krishna, that Mahaprasad, that has to be given to the chief guest, because after that Shraddha ceremony, one has to feed many Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. That is part of Shraddha ceremony. So, and that original plate, Mahaprasad plate, is to be given to the chief or the best of all. So he gave that Mahaprasad to Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was again hesitant, uneasy. No, I am fallen. I am worthless. I am not fit. Then Advaita Acharya said, no, if I give this Mahaprasad plate to you, I'm doing according to Shastra. Vaishnava, if I feed like Vaishnava like you, it is like feeding 10 millions of Brahmins. I'm not doing anything against Shastra. It is in Shastra. And Advaita Acharya very much appreciated how Haridas Thakur is doing bhajan, chanting 3 lakhs Harinam daily. And Haridas Thakur also very much appreciated Advaita Acharya's devotion, how he is doing bhajan. Mutual, that although they had different type of seva, Advaita Acharya was like a preacher teacher, Haridas Thakur, is doing bhajan, but both they had mutual appreciation for each other because they saw it is his seva and he's doing that seva perfectly. So that is normal Vaishnava. They are not envious. They have no competition. They are praising each other. It's devotion. They are very happy to see that that person is serving my Supreme Lord. And he's very dear to Supreme Lord. And here also this teaching was, Advaita Acharya had 6 sons. 3 became followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and considered Advaita his servant, but 3, they had some wrong conception. They thought that Advaita Acharya is Supreme Lord and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is his servant. So that is Apa Siddhanta. So they were not accepted as bona fide gurus or devotees. So here this teaching is given that it is not necessary that one's son will automatically become a devotee, even if father is devotee. Like Prahlad Maharaj, his son is Birochan, he was not devotee. So it is not necessary always. But in this case, 3 were devotees, proper devotees, 3 were not. And from those 3 proper devotees, Sampradaya came, Advaita line. We belong to this Krishna Mishra's line, Pancharatrika. And when Mahaprabhu revealed himself in Srivasangar for 21 hours like a god, as Bhagavan, then he blessed different devotees. He showed them his that avatar form which they worship. That time also he blessed Advaita Acharya. And he told him, you remember when you were explaining Gita, every verse you were explaining in the meaning of devotion. Every verse is speaking about devotion to Krishna. But sometimes you could not find that meaning. So you became very depressed and you did not want to take prasad. You were fasting and you went to sleep. Then in dream I came to you as Krishna. I came and I gave you the meaning of that verse, how it is according to devotion. Then Advaita Acharya was happy and he explained and took prasad. And a few times it happened like this. Now here Mahaprabhu told him, do you remember? I came and I gave you the meaning. So I gave you for all except one I'm giving you today, that meaning. And that verse is there in Chaitanya Bhagavat, you will find in detail. Which verse of Gita is also maybe ambiguous. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's explanation made it unambiguous. Nedvomljiv in Slovenian language. This is the right meaning. So he gave to Advaita Acharya, and Advaita Acharya was so happy he fainted there. What blessing he got. And yesterday also I told, because Advaita Acharya is disciple of Madhavendra Puri, that is Paranguru of Mahaprabhu, and he's god brother of his guru, so he is worshipable. So Mahaprabhu was always treating him as a guru, but Advaita Acharya did not like. I'm his servant, why he is doing like this? Then he thought, I will make him angry, then he will chastise me. So he came to Shantipur and was teaching that jnana is better than bhakti and liberation is the ultimate goal, not devotion. He was preaching very heavily in Shantipur because he's also Shiva. He knows how to preach Mayavad. So because he was ordered also, so he very heavily to some unfortunate persons he was preaching. Then when Mahaprabhu came to know, he immediately came there and started to beat him very heavily. Then the more he was beating, the more Advaita Acharya became happy. Yes, now I got your mercy. Now you came here and you are considering me like as your servant. You are chastising me, or as a disciple, you are disciplining me. So now I got your grace. He was very happy. Sita Thakurani, wife, she was telling to Mahaprabhu, he's an old man. Don't beat him so much. Please stop, don't beat him. But the more Mahaprabhu was beating, the more Advaita Acharya was dancing in happiness. Yes, today I got your grace. Then when Mahaprabhu understood that this was his intention, it was fake, then he became ashamed and he was pleased with Advaita Acharya. And when Mahaprabhu was giving Krishna Prema to all in Srivasangan and showing his divine form to everyone, but not to Sachimata, then Srivas asked, why not to Sachimata? Then Mahaprabhu said, because she's having offense to Advaita Acharya. No one knew this, because Sachimata was only thinking inside her mind. Vishwarup was going to Harikatha classes of Advaita Acharya and he took sannyas. And now also Nimai is going. He will also take sannyas. So then I will be alone. No one has any love for me. So although his name is Advaita, one who unites, oneness, one who unites, Advaita, but I think his name should be Dvaita. He's separating people with this mentality out of Vatsalya Bhav for Nimai, she was telling. And no one knew. Mahaprabhu said, then what is the remedy? He said, if she takes the dust from the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya, then she can be rescued and she can get this divine forms darshan. Then immediately Sachimata, here Gurudev gave teaching that, you see, real devotee is never proud. Immediately when he becomes aware of some of his mistake or something, he will never argue or no. Immediately he will go and correct. So she came to Advaita Acharya and was begging for forgiveness. Then Advaita Acharya did not accept. No, how you can commit offense to me? You are mother of Supreme Lord. And he started to glorify, sing the glories of Sachimata so much, her devotion, that he fainted out of ecstasy on the ground. Then at that time Sachimata took dust on her head and she was freed. And that is of course Lila to give us teaching that Vaishnava Aparat will not allow us to get prema. They are teaching this. Sachimata cannot commit aparat, but they are teaching this. Then Mahaprabhu gave darshan and prema. Then when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he was going towards Vrindavan, but Nityananda Prabhu tricked him to come back by the Ganga, telling him this is Jamuna. Then, and he called Advaita Acharya, so Advaita Acharya came with the boat, and Mahaprabhu was confused when seeing Advaita Acharya. He said, how did you know that I am in Vrindavan? Then Advaita Acharya said, wherever you are, there is Vrindavan. And this north side of the river is Jamuna. Then Mahaprabhu understood, oh, I was tricked. I'm not in Vrindavan. Then Advaita Acharya said, you come to my house. Now you take this new cloth. You come to my house. So he came to Shantipur. And Advaita Acharya called all devotees from Navadip to take darshan of Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi. There was a big festival in his house. Sita Thakurani was cooking and all the time kirtan. Also Sachimata came. She was also cooking for Mahaprabhu. so that he pacified her. Then Mother Sachi, she requested, you stay in Puri, that is more near, I can get some news. So Mahaprabhu came to Puri. So Advaita Acharya's house in the town of Shantipur was transformed into Vaikuntha that time, 10 days or something. Everyone was dancing and singing the names of Hari. Advaita Acharya's house became Vaikuntha Puri, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Then when Mahaprabhu was staying in Puri, first he was traveling South India, then when he came back, then devotees heard, then Advaita Acharya was the leader of all devotees of Navadip. They took permission of Sachi Mata and they came to Puri to see Mahaprabhu. And they were doing Nagar Sankirtan all the way from Navadip to Puri, walking 1 month, all the time singing and rescuing all people. Shivananda Prabhu was making arrangement for sleep and prasad. Advaita Acharya was leader and all the time kirtan doing. So Mahaprabhu met all those devotees, we read in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and they were participating in Ratha Yatra festival, cleaning of Gundicha temple and other pastimes. Advaita Acharya was the principal dancer in the first kirtan group, Ratha Yatra. The principal singer was Swarup Damodar. Advaita Acharya was principal dancer in that group. And his son was also with him, Achyutananda. Then after 3 years also wives of devotees of Navadip came. And one time during Gundicha, that cleaning after, when they were doing kirtan, then his son Gopal Mishra, he fainted because of so much ecstasy. Then Advaita Acharya was worried and he took him on lap and chanted Nrishinga mantra, but the boy did not come to his senses. Then Mahaprabhu touched him and he said, you rise, Gopal, and chant Harinam. And that time he rose and was chanting Haribol, Haribol. Then Advaita Acharya was happy. Then there was one disciple of Advaita Acharya, Kamalakanta Bishwash. He, again, it is teaching for us, he wrote to King of Puri, Advaita Acharya is God, but he has some debt of money to someone, so you please give this amount of money to free him from debt. But Mahaprabhu chastised him. No, this is not proper. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained that those who are acharyas, gurus, though Advaita Acharya is God, but in this world he was doing the pastime of being acharya, teacher. So a guru should never beg from materialistic persons or demand money like by giving Harinam for some price like this. Then his spiritual life will be spoiled. So they chastised Kamalakanta Gosai and he understood mistake and he corrected. So if someone is selling Harinam, like demanding money, then that is Nama Parat. It is not initiation into holy name, but it is offense to the holy name. So that person will not be benefited. Guru also will not be benefited. It is wrong. Then also when Advaita Acharya was in Puri, he used to invite Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his house to take prasad. But one day he had desire that if Mahaprabhu would come alone, then I could serve him in privacy. But he did not know how this could happen. So he invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he himself was cooking. Sita Thakurani was cutting vegetable, assisting him. Advaita Acharya cooking, rice, dal, sabji, everything. And on that day, there was a big storm, and other sannyasis who generally came with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accompanying him when he was invited somewhere, didn't come to Kashi Mishra's house because of that heavy weather. So Mahaprabhu came alone to Advaita Acharya's house, and Advaita was very happy. He was serving him in privacy. Then Mahaprabhu also smiled and said, Krishna himself fulfills your desires. And so what is unusual about Indra carrying out your orders? Indra, send rain. Because Krishna wanted to fulfill the desire. Krishna is Mahaprabhu. He wanted to fulfill the desire of Advaita Acharya, so he made such arrangement that Indra was pouring rain. One time Mahaprabhu sang the glories of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya is God himself. As a result of his association, I have become purified. Because there is no one equal to him in devotion to Krishna, nor in knowledge of the scriptures, he is called Advaita Acharya. By his mercy, even the immoral and evil persons, mlechas, become devotees of Krishna. Who can describe the extent of his powers for devotion? When Rupa Sanatan came to visit Mahaprabhu, then he said to Advaita Acharya to bless them. And also when Advaita Acharya, when he was going back from Puri to Navadip, that time Mahaprabhu said this, because those devotees of Navadip, they were walking 1 month doing Nagar Sankirtan all the way, came to Puri. Then for 4 months, they were in Puri, Chaturmasya. Then again, when they were going back, 1 month walking, Nagar Sankirtan all the time. So 6 months, they were in Navadip, and 6 months out on the way and in Puri. So when they were going back, that time Mahaprabhu was bidding farewell to all devotees, and he also said about Advaita, Acharya Gosai came here to show me his mercy. I am bound in debt to his love, and there is no way that I can repay him. He left his wife, children, and home for my sake, traveling a long and difficult way to come here. I am living here in Nilachal, that is Puri, without moving. I make no effort on your behalf. I am a monk and I have no wealth. What could I give all of you to make good on my debt? My only possession is my body, which I give you. I will sell it to whomever you wish. Then, when Jagadananda Pandit, Mahaprabhu's associate, went to Navadip, then when he was going back, then Advaita Acharya gave him one like small writing, not a letter like big, but only few lines. That is called a riddle. He gave on paper for Mahaprabhu. Then that riddle said, you tell to Mahaprabhu, who is acting like a madman, that everyone here has become mad like him. Inform him also that in the marketplace rice is no longer in demand. No one is buying rice. Further tell him that all became mad and are no longer interested in the material world. No one is doing their duty. They're all mad. And also tell Mahaprabhu that one who is saying this, he is also mad. So Advaita Acharya said, you tell that madman, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that here everyone became mad and no one is buying rice and no one is doing any duty anymore. And you tell him that what madman is telling this to him, Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave means madman is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, means he has Krishna Prema. For worldly people, they think they are mad persons. They are not interested in worldly enjoyment, they only want to serve Krishna, they are mad. So Mahaprabhu is mad person. And here also in Bengal, everyone became mad. Means they also got Krishna Prema. And that is why there is no longer demand of rice here. Means no need to distribute Krishna Prema because everyone already have. And they are not doing any duties. Means they are only worshipping Krishna. They are not interested in anything worldly things. So all are mad. And one who is giving him this message is also mad person. Means Advaita Acharya. I also have Krishna Prema. It was the message that for what Advaita Acharya called Krishna into this world, to distribute Krishna Prema to all. That has been accomplished. Everyone is mad, all have Krishna Prema, and there is no demand anymore for rice. So, for what I called him, that is accomplished, so now he can do whatever he likes. Then after that, getting that message, Mahaprabhu understood what is the message. Then Mahaprabhu, for 12 more years, he stayed in Puri and was not meeting many people, only his close associates, not preaching, only he was inside Gambhira in Puri, he was tasting Radha's Prema in close association, only with those Madhurya Rasa devotees, Raya Ramananda, Sarup Damodar, Shiki Mahiti and Madhavi, 4 persons. All the time tasting, not in public and in front of everyone, because they cannot understand. That was the desire of Krishna to taste that Radha Prem. So for 12 years he did that after he finished his preaching Lila. Advaita Acharya called him as Juga Avatar for preaching Nama Sankirtan and to give Krishna Prema to all. And that mission or that function was done. So now he can do whatever he likes. So then Krishna wanted to fulfill those, his 3 own desires, to know the glory and the taste of Radha's love. So he was doing. Advaita Acharya, the avatar of Mahavishnu, appeared in this world on the 7th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh. This tithi is also known as Advaita Saptami today. So if someone wants to know more details, they are in the book or in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, in details. All these leelas are there. So today is appearance day of most compassionate Advaita Acharya. I am going down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy to forgive for all offenses which I may have committed to his lotus feet, knowingly or unknowingly, and to bestow service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object of worship, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tomorrow we'll hear further